Okay, our next lesson is going to be about combining like terms. It simply is what it says we're going to do. I'm going to take and combine things that are similar and join them together. If you can see across the bottom of the chalkboard, I have several different sets of big size Lego. What we're going to do is name each one of these. If I look at this piece, what we're going to do is name this by the number of pegs it has. So if I look at this grouping of yellow, think to yourself, how many pegs of yellow do I have right here? As I take a look, I have 3 batches of 4, gives me a total of 12 pegs. So when I go to write what this is worth, I'm going to call it 12. Now, I need something to go with it to describe what this is. It's not going to be a word, it's going to be a variable. So I need to think of a nice variable that works to represent this thing. I have 12 of them. 12Y would be good. Y standing for yellow. This batch is 12Y. My next batch, I have that many groups of red, 2 pegs each. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 groups of 2 gives me a total of 10. 10, and I'll call that R. R is the variable representing the color I have. I am going to join all of these together, so I'm going to do addition. Next batch, I have 3Y plus 3Y plus. This is a single. There's 2 different ways I can write this. I can simply put R, which is 1R. It's like having a marker. How many markers do I have? I have 1. The other way to do this is the number that is allowed to go in front of this single variable is a 1. Some people prefer to see the R, some people prefer the 1. 1R. Up next, 6 blue, 6B plus 6B plus 4P plus, I'm going to keep the red out for now so I don't run out of room. Last thing is I have a single piece, but there are 4 pegs. 4B. So what I did is I wrote down how many of each of the variable I have. Again, 12Y, 12 pegs of yellow. So what I'm now allowed to do is take all of the terms. Each of these single items is called a term. A term is made up of 2 items. It is made up of a variable. It is also made up of the number that is in front of the variable, which is called the coefficient. Coefficient is the number, variable is the variable. Together they form a term. What I'm now allowed to do is take all the common or the similar terms and join them together. So what it looks like, if I can find my markers, which I can't. What I'm going to do is take all the y's. 12y plus 3y, and that's it. 12y plus 3y gives me 15y plus. And what I typically do is go back and cross them off. That way I know they're done. So 12y plus 3y, 15y. R's. 10r plus 1r gives me 11r plus. Those are done. Blues, I have 6 and 4. Give me 10 blues. Plus 4 P's. I have no other color purple. I end up with 4 purple. So now you're here and saying, okay, can I combine any of these items together? The answer is, no, I can't. Because each variable is different. You are only allowed to join things that have similar variables. This is my final response. So take a look. Take all my yellows and put together. This was 12 plus 3. Now gives me 15. Reds, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 plus 1 gives me 11. Blues. 6 plus 4 now gives me 10. Combine them together. Purple stands by itself. Notice, even though these are Legos, they could stick together. I don't want to join them together because they're two different colors. So these become my 4 terms. Yellow, red, blue, and purple. Combining things together. Now, what does this mean as far as solving equations goes? Look over here, I have a solve combine equation. Sometimes my equation is expanded and I can shrink it down before I even start solving. I have subtraction, turn all subtraction to addition. This becomes addition plus the opposite of what comes after it, -3. Plus the opposite of what comes after it, -2m. What I can do is, can I combine any like terms? Over here I have -18. On this side, can I combine anything that's similar? The answer is yes. I can take 5m and -2m. 5 and -2 gives me 3m. Plus, I still have a -3 here. So what I did is I shrunk down my original picture. Now it's a regular two-step equation. Remember, I must get rid of the add first. I must get rid of the multiply second. So, how do I solve? Take the side with the variable, expand it, 3m plus -3. I must add the opposite of the number that is being added. -18 plus something. Opposite of -3 is 3. If I add it to one side, I must add it to the other. On this, I get 3m equals. -3 and 3 go away to 0. -18 plus 3 gives me -15. Now I have a multiply 3. How do I get rid of a multiplied number? Multiply by the reciprocal. Reciprocal of 3 over 1 is 1 over 3. If I do it to one side, I need to do it the same thing to the other. 3's cancel out. I'm left with m equals. On this side, reduce 1 and -5. -5 times 1, -5. Box around. I'm done because I have variable all by itself. Combine like terms. Take things that are similar, join together, makes a smaller picture. Shrink things down. That's it.